Hey, it's the Studio Podcast. We back at it again with another episode. And today we got Laeson in the building. Shout out, shout out, shout out. Go ahead and introduce your folk. Introduce yourself to the people.
So I'm Laeson, R&B pop, a little bit of every genre type of artist, but mostly R&B and pop, based out of Louisiana, now in Houston. We got some stuff to talk about.
all right. So you said based. I'm gonna just start there. You said based out of Louisiana. Now you in Houston. So I'm taking it. We got family roots in Louisiana.
Yeah, I was raised out there. I was born out here in Houston, but I was raised in Louisiana.
Okay, what part?
I was raised in Lafayette.
Oh, okay. Lafayette's cool. Actually, the first person that ever put me on to Kevin Gates was somebody from Lafayette.
Yeah, they loved Kevin Gates.
It was that song a long time ago. You remember that? She don't want to make love. You remember? Yeah, they was jamming the shit out that song.
That was my shit.
Yeah, nah, for real. That was the first song that actually kind of made me like Kevin Gates for real. But yeah, let's take into like the start. Like, how? So you was born in Houston? Like, was you talking like childhood, like 1 year to 5 years old, or?
It's a kind of crazy story, just Houston by itself.
Mm-hmm.
I was born out here. I stayed in the hospital for 6 months after I was born. I had like a lot of health problems. Stayed in the hospital for 6 months after I was born. I died on the table 3 times. So
damn,
I'm a miracle baby. And then after got out of the hospital, me and my mom were in a shelter for a while, and then of course we were with my dad and stuff, and moved to Louisiana when I was around 2.
Hey, Dream.
Hey.
Dream team in the building.
Hey.
Oh, look, it's Minnie.
Hey.
Y'all rolling here?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, y'all walked out in front of the camera. It's okay. I'm gonna clip it though. Yeah.
What's up, the chat?
We was talking about Kai's Louisiana background.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I said, I was died 3 times on the table, 6 months in the hospital, shelter after that.
Mm-hmm.
Left Houston when I was 2.
Okay.
Don't really remember where we went from there. I know I was in Patterson for a while, then New Iberia for like half of my childhood, and then Lafayette until I graduated high school and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So what made you come back? Because you was there the whole time.
Once I found out that I was born in Houston, I was like, might as well go. I'm gonna claim Houston before anything.
So like, when did you find out? It wasn't like you knew the whole time thing. It was like a found out later in life, later in teenage years type.
Yeah, I was like, I want to say the first time I seen my dad again when I was 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I got told basically that I was born in Houston.
Okay.
Because when I started having a relationship with my dad again, then that's when the whole Houston thing came about. And I went to Performing Arts Academy in high school, and then graduated, came out to Houston for about 2 months, stayed with my dad, left. That didn't work out. So I left, and then I always said I would come back on my own and on my own terms. So that's what I did.
So like, the majority of your childhood and teenage years, you was with your mom, and then like going toward adulthood, I'm assuming that you kind of was with your dad more, or trying to be in that space more.
Yeah, off and on. That relationship kind of like was off and on with my dad. So I just kind of got to a point where I wasn't really fooling with no.
Yeah. You get to a point where you get tired of trying.
Yeah.
So understood. So like, going into Laeson as an artist, like, where did Laeson like start? Like, were you always singing and rapping? Because you do like this pop sound. First time I seen you, we was at Jamming to Cram It. Shout out Miss Lovey, by the way.
Right.
I just took a little present, you know what I'm saying? But shout out to Jamming to Cram It. Shout out Stretch.
Shout out Stretch. That's my boy.
And Dream Team. Shout out Dream Team.
Absolutely.
Always. But anyways, yeah, like how did Kyle Laeson start? Like
Um,
where did the musical journey begin?
so my family, I grew up realizing that a lot of my family was like entertainment type of people.
Mm-hmm.
I had videographers in my family, singers in my family, dancers in my family. And then I did my first talent show when I was like in first grade, and somehow I worked my little ass to the front of everybody else in the class,
Hmm.
and that's kind of when the extraness started.
Oh, okay. So you knew since you was a kid that you wanted to do something entertainment wise.
Yes.
What did you do at the talent show?
I think my first talent show was just like with the class. You know, sometimes you in elementary school they bring the whole class. Some classes do the talent show together as a class.
Mm.
We did the Cupid Shuffle, but then when second grade came, I did. Um, I performed Neo closer
Mm-hmm.
with one of my friends, and I was staying in Norbury at the time, so that kind of I found out later that that performance ended up being in the city newspaper for some reason,
Mm.
on like
Okay.
some for talent search. So that's when I was like, okay, I really need to like actually think about this. So I started writing music when I became like 10 years old.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever try to be like a child star? Like, try to do anything like that? Did anybody ever try to take you in that direction since you were always inclined to do like entertainment business?
Not really, honestly. I had one of those black families that was like, I see that you like to sing and stuff, but that ain't gonna
Mm.
make you no money. So when you old enough to work, you gonna get a job.
That classic like artists don't make any money, starving artist scenario. Like you gotta make some for sure money, which like in all honesty is more artists that I think make like a substantial amount of money just off their uh internet real estate, just off their like their songs, their masters, their publishing, whatever, like on a consistent basis. Then it's
Right.
easier to sometimes work a 9 to 5 depending on how much you make. Like so yeah, it definitely has to be some rewiring and stuff like that when it comes to um making money as an artist and seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
um
Yeah, my dad played another part in that. He kind of like scared my mom when it came to that because he was an artist. So she was helping him with his career, and his career didn't work out. So she was kind of like, don't end up like your daddy.
okay, dang, that's messed up.
So that's kind of where I get like my most of my music talent from is like my dad,
Hmm.
because he produces, he sung, he danced, he rapped. So I feel like I kind of ended up being. I feel like I'm gonna end up being what my dad ended up not being, as far as like, okay, he
Like
kind of gave up his career
you're gonna
to,
complete the mission.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he kind of gave up his career to take care of his kids or whatever, to kind of just get a regular job. I wasn't going for that. Not gonna lie.
I feel it. I feel it. So like with the sound though, you got this. I know that you said that your dad was into music and into entertainment, and you have this pop sound that not a lot of people can reproduce. So like, what brought that into play? Because especially being from Louisiana and Houston, you have a sound that is kind of different from those areas, but I do hear you tie it into your lyrics and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just
Mm-hmm.
your sound though, it got that real pop feel. So how did that happen? Like, did it take a whole lot of searching for your own sound, or like it just happened one day and you was like, oh, that's it?
It came from sitting close as hell to the TV and watching Neo and Chris Brown. I was one of those kids that sat this close to the TV and just was sitting watching and trying to mimic their moves. And then once I started writing music,
Mhm.
then it was kind of like I want to be like them, but have my own thing going on. So I kind of, still to this day, I'm kind of still finding my own sound,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of where my newest project is coming from, which I'm going to talk about a little later. But like the sound is always kind of like changing because I don't like to stay in a box.
Okay. Okay. So, um, what's first of all, what's your favorite song right now that you made? Like, what's one song that you keep listening to it over and over again? You know, as an artist, like when you got a whole lot of songs, you may like listen to the song you just made and play it like over and over and over. Or you might have a song you made a couple years ago and you're like, bro, I still listen to like which one is you turning on right now of yours?
Right now, I would say Real. I have a song called Real that's on my new project. That's like a New Jack swing house party type of song.
Okay.
And that's kind of, I'm liking that version of myself. I'm liking how that version of myself sounds, how that version of myself looks. So listening to myself in that element kind of like is an eye opening moment for me.
Okay. Okay. Y'all gotta go listen to it. Listen to it. Um what's one artist that you've always wanted to work with?
Chris Brown.
You
Christopher
could have said
Maurice,
Neo.
call me. Look, I kind of need somebody that's like, he go on tour every year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to pop up on that stage with him.
And I'm glad you brought that up too because you are a performer. You may have props. You always have a outfit that goes along with whatever the vibe that you're trying to set. You're definitely a performer. So like, how did that happen? Because a lot of people can, be a rapper, a singer, but may not be good at performing. So it kind of seemed like you done got a lot, well rounded as an artist, I should say.
I've kind of always been like that. Like that first elementary school talent show when I did it by myself, I was dressed like Neo for that part, and I was on the stage moving my little feet. So I've always kind of been like that. I've always wanted to go the extra mile and be that person. Like, okay, people might look at me like he doing too much, but at the end of the day, who are the eyes on right now?
Yeah. Um, what's one partnership? I see. I'm a lead into it. What's one partnership that you would want to get if you could get any kind of brand deal right now?
It would obviously be. You see the little dude coming off there. I don't know if y'all see that.
It's still
Ice
frosty.
cold
It's still frosty.
Coca-Cola.
Bro had it in like a little cooler on the way
Right.
here.
Ice cold Coca-Cola, not just a regular one. Ice
But
cold.
why Coke though? Like, it's just something. Is it like a childhood memory thing, or like why Coke?
Um, somebody on my team recently, kind of reminded me how inclusive and how universal the brand is.
Mm-hmm.
Because although I don't really use my sexuality in a lot of myself as an artist, it's still like that comfortability with being with a brand
Mm-hmm.
that supports that community. So it's more of a like, I don't want to be with a brand and then I find out, oh shit, these motherfuckers homophobic or they racist or whatever the case may
Mm-hmm.
be. So
Like Target. Oh yeah, Target. We on y'all ass. Y'all ain't
Okay.
y'all. We ain't forgot. Y'all can't keep doing this shit.
look, I can't even say Walmart because y'all been acting shiesty too. Oh Lord Jesus, I love me some great value, but I might start ordering everything. I like me a little HEB now.
Oh yeah, HEB still cool. They with the whole little what was it, the to go orders, the pickup orders. Yeah, they got back right, but they still cool. Y'all, it's cool, bro. You know,
Look, I stay
it's
right
all
behind the
love.
HEB.
Shout out HEB.
Okay, big HEB, not the little.
um, but yeah, so like, do you feel like majority of your fans are a part of that culture, and you feel like you need to have a company that will represent that well, or is that just something that you want for the personal reasons?
Honestly, it's more personal for me. I don't really. Most of my fan base, I you would think would be like part of the community or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
it's surprisingly not because like I said, that's not a big part of who I display myself as an artist. Most people they wouldn't really notice unless they're like know me personally
Mm-hmm.
or like I'm just being amplifying that part of myself, which I rarely do, but it's a personal thing for me just because, like I said, the comfortability
Mm-hmm.
and knowing that if I'm in that space, if I'm supported by that brand, if I'm supporting that brand, I don't have to worry about that negative side of it.
Okay. Understood. Understood. So now let's kind of like backtrack a little bit and I guess go a deeper dive into that if we can. So
Mm-hmm.
being a part of the LGBTQ community,
Mm-hmm.
um, obviously like Louisiana and Houston are two cities where you could have a lot of like turmoil being in that community. You know what I'm saying? So like, what are some of the struggles that you had to overcome just on that level, or also maybe there weren't any struggles, and maybe just how did the road go?
Um, Honestly, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't say that was struggles that I've like plainly noticed
Mm-hmm.
because like I said, I'm not. That's not a thing that I display as far as like my personality, really, unless you're like really, really close to me. So it's like I know
Mm-hmm.
there's times where it's kind of hindered maybe an opportunity or a connection or whatever the case may be. But I've kind of always been, and not in a pick me sounding way, but I've kind of always been that person where it's like, oh, you don't act too much like that. So I fuck with you.
Oh, okay, I got you. So like, you're not like, um, what's the word? What's the correct word? Hear me out, man. What's the correct word? You're not
What, flamboyant?
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You're not like flamboyant.
Yeah, I'm not, unless you're like really, really close to me. And even the people that's close to me, it takes a while because I'm a very standoffish person. I'm, I observe people a lot before I even like make a real connection with them. So unless you're really, really close to me, you don't see really any of my flamboyant side when it comes to that because I'm a chill person most of the time. I'm goofy as hell, but I'm a chill person.
So like, why are you so closed off? Like, cause some people would just be like, "It is what it is.
Right.
This is how I am. I really don't give a fuck." But like, why are you so closed off?
Um, I think it just comes with running into a lot of relationships with people that don't really last because I'm the type of person that gives a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So when I give a lot and I feel like I'm played with, that's when I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a while before I get close to somebody. So I'm gonna observe. I'm gonna sit back. Anybody that try to come in my area, I gotta have about 6 interactions with you before I really get comfortable with you, unless we click right off the bat.
Is it from like I guess, like you said, like trauma and a fear of going through the similar situations again with new people and being disappointed again, basically.
Yes, yes, because with the relationship with my dad and
Mm-hmm.
some of the relationship with my mom, like the relationship with my parents in general, that's kind of like made me skeptical about people, even though I would love to not be. But it's like one of those situations where you're subconsciously watching people before you give them too much of yourself.
Understood. When is your birthday?
November 5th, so I'm a Scorpio. Yes.
I kind of already knew, but I was just asking just to make sure. Um. All right. So, do you usually put your life experiences in your music, or do you kind of put your future into your music? You know what I'm saying? Like I know a lot of people sometimes may put the current situations that they're going through,
Hmm.
and sometimes people project their future into their music. So do you think you more of like, I need to express myself about what's going on right now, or I'm trying to speak it into existence?
It honestly depends for me because my last project, Universal Love, that was right after like a separation with my current relationship
Mm-hmm.
before we had got back together. That was kind of like a current situation type of thing, and I was kind of writing about how I was feeling and what I was going through in that current moment. But if I'm just writing or in the studio, just in general, sometimes I'm just like manifesting the future. Sometimes I'm just like writing from a different person's point of view.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'm just like doing just general statements. Right now, my current project is kind of like a mixture of both.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
I'm kind of like trying to pop my shit,
So
but
just whatever you feeling in the moment.
yeah.
Okay. Understood. Um. So what's been your favorite experience as an artist since being Kyle Lason, the Kyle Lason?
Um, the I'll start by saying when I was in Louisiana, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't really get the support because Louisiana is kind of like a either you're a rapper or you do
Bounce music.
bounce music
Yeah.
or Zydeco swing
Yeah.
music or whatever,
Zydeco.
or you're not really a supported artist like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really have a fan base until I moved to Houston, and I feel like with the amount of diversity out here, that's kind of been able to help me realize what I have and the skill that I have and the talent that I have just based off of like people's reactions to me.
So you just get better reaction out here. You get better traction.
Absolutely.
Okay. Um, have you ever thought about like mixing that Zydeco sound or that bounce sound with your pop? Like,
In my personal music, I haven't. Just because I'm kind of dreading doing that and kind of falling into that box.
mm-hmm,
I've done it on other people's songs. Like if
mm-hmm.
I'm doing backgrounds for somebody else and they're doing a bounce song, I've done like the backgrounds for their bounce song,
Oh,
the
okay.
whatever,
Yeah.
all of that. But my personal music is kind of like I don't want to fall into that box, especially because in my head that feels like I'm supporting people that never supported me. So it's like I'm representing something that wasn't really ever trying to represent me.
Hmm. Okay. Gotcha. Um. So what's coming up next? What we dropping next? I know you got the project that's out right now. Let's talk about that one.
So I have my project that's actually releasing on October 2nd, right before I go on tour with R&B and Tequila. I'm going on a tour curated by 947 The Link and DJ Rowe called R&B and Tequila. We're going to be going to I think it's like 15 or 16 different cities.
15.
15 different cities, and I'm releasing my project Timeless the day before I go on that tour. And this is kind of like a throwback project. It's a lot of 90s and 80s vibes. I literally just changed one of my songs completely to a rock song.
Hmm.
So I'm kind of like tapping into a
Wait, so we
realm
gonna go
of
rock, but we not gonna go bounce? That's crazy work.
look.
We gonna go rock.
Rock ain't
Is
do
it
nothing
is
to
it
me.
alt rock? Are we going alt rock, or is it we talk about like some just simple old rock and roll blues
Like
type
alternative
alt rock? Oh, I
pop
like alt
rock,
rock.
kind of like Tina Turner.
See, now you got to
type
push
of
the boundaries
vibes.
though, because it's like you already pushing the boundaries with going pop rock.
Yeah,
You might as well, might as
maybe
well.
maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. Let Big Frida hit me up. I do something.
If free to see this, if somebody slide this across the desert, or something, man.
Slide it across that desk. I might prrr in the background something, a little something.
You
But-
might get that coke deal.
This project is going to be something. I feel like when people say they're bringing back R&B or they're bringing back the 90s or old school music, it's like people will be saying stuff just to say it.
Yeah.
Because they don't really be bringing it back, or it'll be like a remix.
They just sample it.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm doing completely original.
Redo it. You got to redo the sound all the way through.
My sound is to where if you put it next to the rest of those other artists, New Edition, Boys to Men, Michael Jackson, Bobby Brown, all of those people,
It's still holding.
it'll hold up with them.
So we got it's Dream. We got Dream. We got Dream Team in the building. Let's talk about this collab. Because I know I've been seeing you around the city for a while, like just showcases here and there, doing this, and that, and the third. So, how did we get to the Dream Team collab?
Honestly, shout out to Lord the Bird, my
Shout out,
management
Lord.
brother. I went to his listening party recently, and that was the first time me and Dream actually got to sit down and have a conversation.
Okay.
Like, we've always seen each other, we've always acknowledged each other, we always had like little conversations here and there, but that was the first time we actually got to have a full conversation, and it was automatically like in the midst of us talking, she saw the image that I had for my career. Really, before I could even explain something, she already had the same ideas for me.
Okay.
And she was one of those people I could tell like
So y'all
really
just
believed
clicked.
in what I was doing.
Like as far as the business, y'all was just on the same page.
Yeah, I'm upgrading.
That's
you
what's
know?
up. We was just talking about something similar about that, wasn't we, Dream?
Yeah.
um,
Know you child's opinion.
so like I'm gonna take it back a little bit though. How did we get? Because I always used to see you at Lovey Shit. So like, how did you start with the Jamming or Creamy? Because I know that was one of your main things that you would always try to support and do and showcase. Use to showcase your skills.
Honestly, I got on to doing it through my boy DJ Stretch.
Shout out Stretch.
That was when I first moved to Houston. I emailed about 30 different DJs in the area, sent them emails, sent them my discography, sent them my EPK, sent them my whole, like, everything as an artist, what I had so far before moving here. And he was probably one of the only DJs out of
That
all of those
responded.
that responded and like really like took heed to what I was trying to do, and we've been locked in ever since.
Yeah, Stretch a real one for sure.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Le Pet too. The nicest, he real one too.
Exactly.
So like, I'm glad you brought that up too, because not a lot of people know to send out email blasts and EPKs and DJ cuts, like, so that way they can actually use the record for real, like to its maximum potential. So, who coached you into that? Like, or did you was just figured it out. Just got on YouTube and just figured this shit out.
Honestly, I kind of was just like, I've always had that mindset since started taking music seriously in 2021, I believe, when I dropped my first project. I've always kind of been like, what are these mainstream artists doing? I want to move like them,
Mm-hmm.
so that people take me serious on that level. I feel like as an independent artist, if you move like an independent artist, people are going to look at you as an independent artist. If you move like they can tell you're aspiring to be a mainstream big artist, they're going to look at you that way. So that's how I've always kind of carried myself when it came to my artistry.
Okay. So you didn't have a manager or artist development or anything like that that led you to that. You just studied the game basically and figured it out.
Yeah. This Dream Team is my first real management. Um and I'm already loving it because although I carried myself a certain way and I knew some things, it's like I'm learning a lot more and I'm able to absorb a lot of things that I didn't know that I needed to know behind the scenes, the things that people don't realize matter the most, the littlest things. Those are the things that skyrocket you.
Yeah, no, for real. It's what separates the difference. Like it's what makes the difference. Is the stuff. It's really just information. But that's good though that you taught yourself a lot of that stuff before you even hit the ground, because like that's how a lot of people get taken advantage of sometimes. Like they don't know, and whoever they end up trusting don't really tell them, so they just follow heed and end up figuring out the hard way eventually. Um, so yeah, enough about music and business and all that shit. What's the craziest DM you ever got?
The craziest DM?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody, hmm, I don't know. I don't. My DMs be dry, honestly, unless it's like a spam or like some scam stuff. Like I got two DMs today. That's like, oh my friend Sarah she's shy, but she would like to talk to you. I'm like, for one,
For sure scamming. You
for
be getting
one,
the producer
LGBT for
scams.
two.
You be getting the producer scams.
Yes. Oh my
They be
god.
like, "Hey, my beats will sound so good with your voice.
I,
Send me
I'm
$100
probably
real
getting
quick."
that right now. My phone buzzing. I'm probably getting that right now.
Oh
I done
shit!
got like fake Illuminati messages and all kind of stuff. Like it's a lot of weird messages that you get, especially as an artist. You get a lot of weird messages, but like those scam messages where it's like some Indian page, fake page. They're like, oh my friend Sarah, she's shy. I just block them, restrict, report because for one, LGBT. For two, why are you messaging me? Why? What was the reason?
They're trying to get some
What
bread.
Cardi B say? What was the reason? What was the reason?
They trying to get some bread, man. Um, what's your favorite food to eat?
Man, it used to be pizza, but now it's pasta. I love pasta.
You cook?
Oh yes,
Yeah. Be throwing
I
down?
cook like a motherfucker.
Yeah. What's one of the best dishes you make?
Uh, I cook like an old lady. So I cook some
Southern comfort food.
smothered meat, rice and gravy, macaroni, yams, green beans, cornbread, all of that.
Okay. Okay.
I just don't like washing the dishes afterwards.
I'm gonna get a to go plate maybe or something. I got yep. I'm not watching that dishes, dog. I'm telling you. What's been your worst experience as an artist? Your worst experience, like fall off stage. What's been your worst experience as an artist?
Um, it was very recent. Um, I'm not gonna go into too much detail about it, but I was with a former whatever you want to call it, and that didn't really work out. But it was a
What we
learning
calling it?
lesson.
What we gotta call it?
It was a group,
Uh-huh.
but it was a learning lesson. Um,
What's the
that
name
was
of the
kind of
group?
like a big downfall for me when it came to how I looked at myself and how I looked at myself moving forward. Because, like I said before, I put a lot into people. I trust people a lot. So I build, when I'm working with people closely, I build more than just business relationships with them. Like, I have personal relationships with people, and sometimes stuff just don't work out. So that was kind of like a time in my life where I was just like, should I keep going? But God opened my eyes and he was like, okay, I'm gonna give you this. You think you lost everything. Here's get you a car,
Mm-hmm.
get you a new place, get you a new team.
Mm-hmm.
All of that was like an eye-opening moment for me, to where I was like,
You just gotta do something different.
it's like when you go through a lot of bad relationships and you get to that good relationship, you get married, you have the rest of your life together. It's one of those situations. It's like you got to go through the bad to get to the good.
Okay, I got you. Have you ever fell in love with a DL nigga? Pause. I had to put my pause in there. But
Yes.
yeah, damn. I knew that was gonna be a good question.
And I had to almost set a nigga house on fire because
Hey,
they
yo.
cheated on me on my birthday.
Oh, your birthday? That's crazy
on my
work.
birthday.
That's crazy work.
They was about to become the birthday for
so
real.
like he had like a whole wife like type, or he just was,
They had a lot of shit going on. Like, it was multiple people that was in love with him, and it was a lot. And after the fact, it was, you don't realize how trifling somebody really is until you stop talking to them. So I was just sitting back like, this motherfucker was trifling as hell anyway.
So
I
it was just
done.
like, what's it called? Is it Sapio? What's it called? Help me out.
What?
Like when you don't have, like, you just like what you like. Is that what it's called? Is it Sapio? What's it called? When you just like what you like.
Oh, I think I don't even know the terms.
But that's what, like, what you was dealing with, somebody like that.
Yeah,
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out.
yeah.
Damn.
That was almost had a record moment. I don't got a record, and that was a moment where I was about to give myself a record.
Do you think you could survive 1 year in jail or in prison?
Hell no.
No, even for, like, let's say $2 million.
Hell no, they gonna have me in the hole, because anytime somebody even look like they about to hit me, I'm stabbing your ass up. You're gonna be Swiss
He
cheese
reaching
in
for
this
the
bitch.
blade.
You're gonna be
reaching for
Swiss
the
cheese in this
blade.
motherfucker. I already like to wear pointy ass shoes. I like anything pointy around me.
Speaking of, where's the style come from? Like, what? I mean, I know that you said we doing like the whole like '90s, but is it gonna change with the next project, or is this like gonna be how forever the next Kyle Laeson look? Or
It changes depending on the project, honestly. Cause my first full album, I was doing just like the all black kind of like typical like R&B all black leather type of look. And then I went into the futuristic thing for my last project. Well, my project before that, and then my last project, I started experimenting. Ooh, Lord, with colors. So I started doing a lot of red, but now I'm in the 90s, 80s era, so I'm kind of playing with that. And this is kind of my favorite one. I feel like it fits me the most
Mm-hmm.
aesthetically, just
And
because
just the style.
I feel like I'm a timeless artist. Like I can do anything from any era at any time. So, and that era of time was like where we were a lot of experimental with music was going on,
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of still taking the old and mixing it with whatever the new at that time was.
Okay, okay. Um, would you ever make like a uh blues record, like a country blues record?
I would.
Yeah.
I've experimented in country music before, but it was more like the yeehaw type of country music.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But I feel like I can step into that realm a little bit at some point. Because I originally was supposed to be doing like a joint project, which was going to be a different genre of music for each EP, and then
Mm-hmm.
I was going to put them all collectively together as one big project. So I was going to do a rock EP, a 90s EP, a rap EP.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, I haven't thrown that idea away, so I might put country in there.
Okay. Okay. Um, I don't know. I just could, but the Alchemist and Erica Badu is dropping. You excited for that one? You like Erica Badu? Gotta like the Alchemist.
Honestly, I don't really listen to music like that. I'm an
Not
artist.
Erica Badu.
I like Erica Badu, but as
Mhm.
far as like music, like listening to music,
Mhm.
I don't really listen to music like that. Like
Dang.
it's very rare amount of times where I'm just like sitting listening to music. Like the last time I really sat and listened to music was when Chris Brown released 1111.
So you only used to listen to like Chris Brown and like people that you would kind of want to emulate.
Not even that. Honestly, I think when at a certain time, I don't know what was going on. It was like a shift in my life
Mhm.
where I used to listen to music all the time. I used to always have my little headphones in, but then at some point it was just like I stopped listening to music altogether.
Is it because you were more like your brain was more focused on the music that was in your brain? So like whatever else was you was listening to is just like noise, basically.
I feel like yeah, it kind of was a little bit of that because I don't want to get into the habit of emulating what any other artist is doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to hear too much of
Somebody
what
else.
other people are doing because sometimes artists, even if they're not purposely trying to do it, they're going to emulate it because that's what they're hearing over and over and over again. Especially if they're listening to a specific artist or they're listening to a specific type of music,
Yeah.
they're going to gradually start to
Mimic it.
mimic that
Mhm.
flow, mimic what that artist sounds
Yeah.
like. So I try not to too much. I listen to music every now and then, but I try not to too much listen to like sit and listen to music.
Mm-hmm. Unless it's yourself.
And I don't even listen to myself that often.
Really? So you don't like?
I just be like when I'm not
Mhm.
Kai Laeson the artist,
Mhm.
I be in my own little world scrolling through TikTok, laughing my pain away.
Nah, cause I definitely listen to my stuff like all the time in the car, when I'm cleaning up the house, when I'm doing like I be listening to myself all the time. But I feel like sometimes I do need to stop doing that because I get tone deaf to my own songs, and by the time it actually come out, it's like I didn't heard it 100,000 times. And I don't sometimes push it with the same impact as if I would have just made it yesterday and came out and performed it. So like I do feel like sometimes I overplay my songs to myself before it even get a chance to be played out for real. You know what I'm saying? Not played out, but get its full listens out of it, like from everybody else. By the time it gets to everybody else, I'd be like, damn, I got some new shit that's about to come out.
No, for real, cause I think that's how my last project was. Like I listened to it a lot
Mm-hmm.
in the process of before it coming out and while it was out, to the point where I was just like, okay, I'm tired of hearing this.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, so we got the tour coming up. Project is coming up. Um, man, what else? What other ventures you got going on?
Um, People just gonna have to see because the dream team got a lot of stuff that we working on right now that's gonna change the game for real.
I think we got artist meet and greet coming up. Is that tomorrow
Yeah,
at DMB?
yeah.
DMB going bowling. You good at bowling?
So oof. When I'm not paying attention, I am. If I look at the ball while it's rolling, it's gonna strike. It's gonna do whatever. I about to say air ball. It's gonna
Gutter?
go in the gutter. But if I throw it and I turn around and walk away, I might hit a little strike, or I might hit 8 out of the 10.
I gotta try to be Lord. I heard Lord
Nah,
can bowl.
Lord, you know what? We not even going, because he hurt my feelings last time we bowled, because he was whooping our ass. I'm not even gonna lie. He was in there like he just like that's his second career. But
Bro, you used to hoop.
also we was drunk, so that's what was killing me too. Like we was
yeah.
all drunk, so I think he might have been secretly sober on our asses because he was whooping us.
Nah, Lord be turned.
No, for real.
Lord be turned, man. But yeah, that's it though. That's all that we got coming up. They just gotta watch and see, huh? Just follow them. Where they gonna follow you? We ain't even shot the Instagrams out. Where they gonna follow you at?
Y'all can follow my personal artist page at Kai Laeson, KIYLAESON. My business page at House of Laeson, just like it sounds, House of Laeson, one word.
TikTok.
TikTok, Kai Laeson. Facebook artist page, Kai Laeson. Everything, Kai Laeson.
Twitter.
Twitter, Kai Laeson. I don't even use Twitter like that. But Twitter, you can find me on Twitter at Kai Laeson. Shit, my
I wasn't gonna ask, but
MySpace about to come back. Shit, my MySpace gonna be Kai Laeson, probably with 2 little dots at the end. So everything Kai Laeson. Follow the Dream Team, Dose of Dream. Amazing manager. I've only been with them for a small amount of time, and I've done so much more than I've done in like my whole career. And I've done a lot of stuff in my whole career, so that's very, very, very exciting for me. You can follow the whole team, man. Follow Lord the Bird. Follow Life of Many. Follow Penny Austin. Follow Jazz Simone. Follow everybody, man. Support the team because the team coming, and we coming big for real. And Coca-Cola, follow me, okay? I can't even open this right now. It's a little hard to open, but y'all know I like it. I like a little cherry Coke. But we had to get the old school Coke for y'all right here, match the aesthetics.
Classic.
But y'all gonna follow me back, and we gonna do our little ditty quite a few times.
you feel me? All right, y'all. It's another episode of the Studio Podcast Show. I sure appreciate you for stopping by.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
You know what I'm saying? It's done. It's done. We through.
How you know when it's done recording? Oh, you just gotta be done.
Yeah.
Because you can always edit it too. Okay. You did good.